just standing right over there. There's ducks. Yeah, I like this lake. It's pretty close to town though. As you can see, there's buildings everywhere. Like, look at that over there. Someone built a pretty cool structure around that tree. I want to know if there's fish in here. Been just looking around, seeing if anything surfaces. Plenty of ducks. I'm sure there's things like turtles in here. If you're wondering what that is, that's a water treatment place, a sewer place. Luckily I can't smell it, so that's good. Which kind of makes me not want to eat any fish I catch out of here if I ever did fish here. But it'd still be fun to catch and release. I'm going to keep walking these trails I just discovered. There's another well-known lake just a couple 100 yards that way where I came from. I can't remember the name of that lake either, but this is a slightly smaller one. It's more swampy, that's you can't see from the road, so it's kind of secretive. We'll see what we find here. Maybe there'll be some cool animals like those ducks, but maybe something cooler. I mean, I like ducks, but it's fun to see lizards and snakes and stuff too. Or like a deer. Yeah, the lake looks like it just gets more and more marshy, turning into nothing but cattails. Which is kind of a good thing, because the sewer place, cattails filter out the soils, which means you wouldn't want to try eating any of these in this lake, since that is a sewer place right over there. It's raining pretty hard on me right now. Once summer hits, I do plan on making longer videos again of me out in the woods doing stuff. Sometimes it'll be bushcraft things, or I might build something like a shelter, maybe some traps. Sometimes I'll identify plants and mushrooms. I like doing that kind of stuff. Wintertime, I usually just walk around. It's kind of like a form of meditation for me. Just kind of get lost, let your mind wander. But yeah, we'll have more interesting videos in the summer. Longer and more informative. Alright, I just came from down there. I seen that. I looked up, seen that. And then there's more ways that way. So it's kind of a major split in the road. The middle one looks like it used to be gated. This one looks more travel to me. I am going to go this way a bit more because it kind of looks like it opens up. You can see we're getting closer to the sewer place. And this is the edge of that lake I was at. Can't see any water at all. It's just tall grass and cattails. Some of the trees are dead. There's probably a chance this is just gonna go right up to that place and it'll be gated. I'll have to turn around. Alright, I was right. It goes right to a gate. Now there's no more cover above me from those big evergreen trees. It's just all maple trees, so I'm getting soaked. That's Washington for you. I mean, most of the time I don't like graffiti. It looks like garbage. But sometimes you do see some pretty cool stuff. And then you get mad because another person that isn't good at it sprays over the cool thing. As. Not ass. As. And what do you know? Come to another crossroads. I assume that way goes to that middle road that I said looked like it used to be gated. That way would go to the river. However, I don't know how far that would go. I don't want to get too soaked. Meeny, miny, miny, mo. I think I'm just going to go straight. Always remember which way you go. I've hiked with a lot of people that already are lost and we didn't even turn anywhere. They just start thinking we're lost. It's kind of funny but sad at the same time. Old barbed wire fence. But yeah, don't be like that. Try to get good at navigating. Like a little bit of advice would be on a sunnier day. Right now I can't tell where the sun is. But if you don't have a compass or nothing and you're lost, up here in my state, this is in the northern hemisphere, so the sun is going to be more towards the south side of the sky. So it'll always be south. Sorry, I kind of dropped to a whisper because I noticed I'm starting to see people's houses. I might turn around soon again. Actually, I think that's the road to the park that I originally walked to. It is. It's definitely the road. Okay, I'm not sketched no more. I think these are completely public because it started at a park, and right here there's no signs anywhere. It's not posted, so yeah. Alright, so I walked down the street and I got back to the park that I started walking at. I didn't start filming here, I was actually just listening to music on my walk. But when I found the trail that's up there where it's just... I fucked up. Almost dropped the camera. I might just keep that in the video. But up there where it's all grassy, that's where the trail was that I went on. Well, I'm going to show you the cleaner looking lake. It's a nice dock here. Still ducks chilling all over the place. Ooh. Kind of slippery on the stalk. Pretty nice looking lake. Still getting rained on though. I'm out here in sweats. Not a good time to be wearing clothes like that. These are holly plants. They grow red berries and they're toxic. It's late winter, early spring, basically beginning of March. So there's no flowers or berries on them right now. But don't mistake these for Oregon grapes. If you look, they have very similar leaves, but the teeth on these leaves are a lot sharper. These also have red berries, whereas Oregon grapes have bluish berries. This plant always makes me think of Christmas. Whoa! It's kind of cool. Oh shit. Look. Probably can't see it. Right there. That's not wood. I'll get closer so you can actually see what the fuck I'm pointing at. Do you see it now, Beavis? Pretty cool. Ugh. Ugh. Bunch of logging cable on the back. It's another thing. Always think of Darrington when I see these things. They're just littered all over the place out there. Feels like it doesn't matter what mountain you're on, you'll always find some of that somewhere. But this is a really cool find. If anyone's watching this that knows a thing or two about old vehicles, like 100-plus-year-old vehicles, or 80-plus, I don't know, leave a comment if you think you know what this is, because I don't. Definitely looks like it was some kind of truck. Like, I'm not thinking this is a tractor. I mean, the steering wheel makes me think of a tractor, but how old this probably is. Well, most steering wheels looked like that back in the days. Plus, just the tires look like it would be on a truck. I don't know, maybe 1940s. Unless there's a lot missing that used to be on here. Just the shape of it, I'm thinking of the 40s, maybe early 50s. but I could be way off. I'm not even smart with modern day vehicles, let alone old ones. I just think that's really interesting. This is probably my third, this is my third walk into these woods now since I've lived in this area. And I've never came across this place. I know originally when I was filming it was raining and I wasn't dressed very well. More prepared now. I mean, I'm kind of stoned now. If you couldn't tell, I might edit out all the voice stuff and just play bird sounds or something. If you ever hear a video of mine where I'm not really talking and it's just bird sounds, like pretty bird chirps, I was probably stoned and I didn't want to sound dumb, so I just didn't leave my voice in there. Which I'll probably do to this one. I'll see. I don't know if I caught that on camera or not, but there's a squirrel climbing down the tree right over there. So if you're wondering how far I am from that lake on the first part of this episode, it's not that far. It's literally just right over there. You can kind of see there's not really any big trees behind those big trees right there in front of me. That's definitely where that lake is. I'm heading back down towards it. But after finding that truck out there, I just had to whip out my phone and show you guys that. I wanted that in the video because when I first filmed it, I feel like it wasn't that great. It was crappy weather and I didn't really want to explore too much off the trail, but I just did just then, and look what I found. That's why I like going off trails, even though people say I don't do it, but if you know what you're doing, fuck them. About a month ago, hiked on the Robe Canyon Trail, I think it's called. It's not very far down the Mountain Loop Highway, and it goes along an old railroad grade, and there's tunnels and stuff like that. It's really cool. But anyways, I filmed that with my girlfriend, but we were also not wearing very good clothes for the occasion. It was just like a day thing, and we had to turn around way before we got to see anything that was really cool. Basically, once we hit the river, we turned around. It was starting to snow. That's why we decided to leave. We didn't want to get wet. But I'm planning to finish that hike. I want to make it to at least one of the tunnels. Depending on conditions, I might go to the next tunnel. But that's as soon as I have the free time. I've been pretty busy lately, and that's why a lot of the videos they're shorter. Can't really go on giant adventures, but I have so many plans. I'm gonna film a lot of it. Expect the historic Robe Canyon Trail. I think that's what it's called. Also, expect there to be some mushroom videos soon. Verpa bohemica. I just call it verpas, but I might have not even said the second part of that name right. I grew up calling them morels because they look like morels, but they're actually different. They grow around the cottonwood trees. Anyways, I'm gonna be picking those soon, and you know I'll be making an episode on it. We tried to do that last year, even before I started making the adventure mini-series. I didn't really have enough time to go out. I was working a lot. I had certain problems at home. Isaiah couldn't really do it. He tried, but he couldn't find any. The ones he did find, they were too far gone. He got there too late. But this year, we're gonna make it a goal every single weekend. We gotta go scout, go look at the normal spots we know. I don't really know any spots down here. Definitely not in the woods I'm in. That's more like chanterelle stuff in here. But I'll definitely be scouting out new places. Probably down on the lower part of Mountain Loop Highway. Which kind of sucks compared to the Darrington side. There's a lot more houses and neighborhoods going out. It's not like on the Darrington side where once you pass Clear Creek, there's nobody else. Not until you're way the fuck up there. I think there's like 3 properties by Mount Forgotten. If you don't know what mountain that is, look at a map of the local area around Darrington and Granite Falls, Mountain Loop Highway. But anyways, I'm just gonna keep babbling on. I've been smoking a joint.